Greetings, fellow songwriters and seekers, and welcome back to Muse Measure. If you haven't done so yet, hit that guy on the Lotus pedal down below. Subscribe and benefit from all these great questions I'm getting from viewers just like you. And I hope you'll send me a question about any kind of frustration or issues you're having in songwriting so we can work on it and figure it out together. And I can give you, some advice from my years of experience. I've been writing songs since I was basically like 11 years old. I'm almost 50 now, so that's a lot of years, 39 years. So I've been through a lot, and which gets me to today's question. This is from, where's he from? Indianapolis. I was there a couple years ago. It was great. I wasn't expecting much. My wife, in fact, wanted to do like a mediocre cities tour. And what we've realized by going to all these quote-unquote mediocre cities is that they're not mediocre at all. They've got all kinds of great stuff. When I was there, I just was lucky because I'd forgotten that Kurt Vonnegut was there. One of my favorite authors was from there. And when I was there, it just happened to be the 100th birthday of him. And so they had all these events for it. And I really, really enjoyed Indianapolis. It's a great place. Anyways, you don't care so much about my travel. This is Pete Bloom asking, people talk about writer's block all the time, and there are all sorts of recommendations for different things you can do to get through it. But what about the opposite? What are you supposed to do as a songwriter when the ideas are flowing and when you can't get a sense of whether any of them are good or not? What can you do when you're generating a lot of material but don't know how to put it together or what to make of it? Yeah, I hear that, Pete. I'm sorry to tell you, though, that there's no real great solution to this problem except just slogging it out. I'll try to talk you through that a little bit, but every time I write a song, I have no idea what's really good or what's not. It's just what resonates with me. And like, oh, I like that, so I'm going to work with that. And I'll have tons of material that I'll choose from. I usually record an improv or I come up with ideas all the time. And I'm, got a phone full of them, of voice memos, of little ideas. Just like I'm, even on my watch, dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. I'm doing that all the time, or coming up with lyric ideas. And so I have a database of those. And then so when I'm ready to work on a song, like full-fledged, to dive in and really get into the weeds with it, I will pick something that I really enjoy. Now, whether other people are going to like it, I have no idea. I just kind of like it. So that's the first litmus test that you should do, is to decide, do I like it? And if you don't like it, then keep generating ideas until you come up with something you think is cool. Maybe because what you're being so uncertain about is that you're worried that what other people are going to think. And you're not sure, oh shit, is this any good? Are people going to hear this and think it's trash? Well, especially at the beginning, you're probably going to write a lot of bad songs. And George Gershwin believed that like there was a certain number of bad songs in every human being, and so he would write like 4 a day just to get them out of his system. So, just keep writing, just keep at it. First of all, start with something that you're excited about, and this is your own little private joy. If when you're done with it all and you've recorded it and you think, oh, I still like this, then put it out for other people to hear. But, if you like it and other people don't like it, so what? It's for you. So please yourself first, I would say, is the main thing. How to shape things. So say I take a little idea, and I did this recently with a song, all I had was this. So all I had was this. Okay, so I got that lick, and then I improvised on it. Motors, I got walking this way. Da 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 da. Very, very simple. Probably ripped it off from somewhere, but I don't care, because I'm not doing it consciously, and I'm not purposely ripping somebody off. It's just something come in, and it's in the zeitgeist, right? So if somebody recognizes that melody and wants to tell me that it belongs to this Rolling Stones song or something, that's fine. I'm still gonna work on the song. Anyway, that's a tangent. So how I work with that is like, okay, I knew that I wanted that lick. I liked the melody that I had. And so I had to come up with the lyrics. And so that's where the songwriting sessions come in. And keep them short at first, like, because it is work to go through that. And it takes a lot of brain power, and it can be very, very frustrating. Sometimes you just be scratching your head and having that writer's block. But it sounds like you're having the opposite, where you're having a lot of ideas, but not knowing what to do with them. So you have to kind of focus on one idea, take the time, spend the half an hour or even 5 minutes a night just playing around with it, even if you're just running it over and over again, waiting for that idea to pop in your head about how to approach it. Okay, what is this song going to be about? So I came up with this line, walking his way, walking the way. Mama say, I'll just walk in his way. So at first I tried ending every single line with walking this way or walking his way or walking some kind of way. And I worked on that for a while, and then I realized I didn't like that. So I wrote a whole bunch of other lyrics, and I really spent pages and pages of rewrites on just trying to figure out what the hell this song was about. And eventually, like, blessed fate that I was walking his way, found me a master to bust my slate, beat me with mercy, turn my blank blank. Water spray through the cracks in my face, waking up in a fresh dug grave, cursing my birth on that rueful day. Well, you don't know. Then I had a chorus. I'm sorry for all this construction noise, by the way. We're doing construction on this building. But life goes on in New York City. If you stopped for all the noise, you'd never get anything done. Anyway, so I worked on that, and I just kept trudging through. And sometimes it comes quickly. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it completely fails. So, Pete, I would just say keep at it and just focus. So take one of these ideas that you really like and stick to it and work on it for a while. Let's just say give it a week. Work on it for 5-10 minutes a night. See if anything comes out of it. See if it develops into anything. And then if you, like, after the week, you're like, I don't like this anymore, it sucks, drop it, go to a different idea. But give it the time. It's just like when you start a book, you should really read the first 30 pages before you abandon it, because a lot of books are kind of boring at the beginning with all the setup and, the exposition. So you have to give it a chance before the real good stuff happens. And the same is true with songwriting. You have to give these songs a real spotlight in your awareness and consciousness and give it the focus that it needs. And then, you're not going to know if it's ever really good until you're done with it and you can listen to it back. And then maybe only you like it. Or maybe somebody else likes it and you don't like it. You can't know. So don't worry about any of that stuff. Just say, oh, I want to work on this idea. I'm going to focus on this. And that doesn't mean don't keep generating other ideas. You can keep doing that. But just set a time aside to have your songwriting practice, which is where you do the grunt work of songwriting. It's not the fun, inspirational, coming up with fun ideas. Because our minds are discursive. They're floating all over the place all the time. So just like in the spiritual world, you have a time for prayer or meditation where you're focusing the mind. When you go to work, hopefully you're focusing on the work that's at hand. This is the same with songwriting. There's the fun stuff where you're just like daydreaming and doing whatever and not really having to develop anything, just delighted by your skills and the little fun little things that pop up. And then there's the work time where you really need to go in and iron things out and say, okay, what do I have here? What does it need? Let's try a whole bunch of stuff out. And that's what it is. It's mainly trial and error. You try something, like I did with repeating that walk in his way, walk this way, every line doing like that. I tried it out. It didn't work. Go on to the next thing. And that's why it's good to do it in short little intervals, because that way you don't get too frustrated. You take it lightly. It's just like, I'm just going to do this for 15 minutes and then see where it goes. And a lot of times you'll set up, a 15-minute session, but then you'll realize, oh, I just spent 3 hours on it, because you did hit something that had some resonance with you. And that's great. That's when you get in the flow. So keep at it. Just focus and keep at it, and something will come out of it, and you'll develop something. Just don't keep jumping around and just generating ideas all the time. Fine to do that, as part of your practice, but you also need to have this other side of it. All right, well, I hope that's helpful, Pete. Please put your comments down below if I answered your question or if you have follow-up questions. And if you like this video, please subscribe to this channel and benefit from these other questions. And please like the videos so that the algorithm is notified that it is worth watching and will show to other like-minded individuals. So the benefit and the merit will spread to all sentient beings. All right, take care.